Welcome back to Fredericksburg, ladies and gentlemen. Mary Washington and Averett meeting for the 5th time in as many years. The Cougars have not beaten the Eagles since 1979, and they find themselves on the wrong side of a 40-24 score after the half. Alongside Adam Sutton, I'm Noah Adcock-Howeth. Two defensive teams with the Mary Washington offense as strong of a first half as we've seen from them in a long time.
Yeah, if you told me Mary Washington was going to shoot 57.7% in the first half, I would have laughed, to be honest with you. And Jay Randall back in the ballgame is good to see. A little rusty there, to be honest with you. Both of these teams are going to try to establish themselves the first 4 minutes. Who's going to win the first 4 minutes, I think, will determine the outcome of this ball game, to be honest with you.
Bryce Shaw unable to connect on the three. Jay Randall
got a ball on the court there.
Yeah, there was a ball on the court. Wasn't sure whether it was a shot clock or some sort of issue like that, but that'll be secured properly.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that laying around. That's, I mean, as much as they are banging underneath the basket, that's the last thing you want, to be honest with you.
Yeah, all smiles from the coaching staff. A little sheepish, but at least that's taken care of. Jay Randall played the first couple minutes and then got pulled after 2 early fouls. There were 4 fouls on both teams in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, they all settled down. The officials have settled down. The teams have settled down. It's just both teams look like very tense and tight right now. So, except for the freshman, Mr. Young.
Chubb Young, Kai Robinson, they took advantage of that first half, had the opportunities, and they've got a combined 20 points out of the team's 42.
Yeah, it's just impressive. You know, he was like, hey, I don't care if it's second half. I don't care how much time, just give me the ball, and that's what he did. I'm curious to see if Randall will play a different style of defense now that he has 2 fouls on him, just to see, or if he'll stay aggressive. If I was Averett, I would go after Randall. There's a steal right there.
Bryce Shaw went charging after it. Robinson never established full possession. We didn't see much of Jay Randall or Jason Sellers the second. Both picked up early fouls and then were quiet for the remainder of the half. Sellers was begging for the ball one-on-one against Randall, and they never found it.
Right, and that's why I would think they're going to try to get the ball to Sellers, to try to get Randall and get a quick 3 fouls on Randall.
3 minutes, no points, 2 fouls for both of those players. And both Randall have been key pieces.
Yeah, Randall Tuesday night just had a clinic out there. I know he's discouraged, but that's all right. He's getting his minutes now.
Randall will drive in, looking to open up his scoring, and that's exactly what he does. 4-0 Eagles to start off the half.
That's what Jay Randall does. He's not going to go scoreless. With less than 2 minutes in, he's already got points.
See how quickly Sellers the second gets involved. It's his possession up top. Goes with the handoff to Clay Hodges.
And it's a tough battle for Randall against Sellers. Sellers has the height and the length on him.
Shaw with Zach
nice
Blue
shot.
Draped all over him. Still finds the bottom of the cup. Bryce Shaw's got 14.
Yeah, he's got the height advantage on Blue there. Had Blue in a tough spot. Just went right over him.
Young accelerates against Hodges. Well defended by the senior. Burgess is all alone and can't hit the 3. Robinson fighting for the board. Hodges poked it away, and it's secured by the Cougars.
Offensive rebound. He had Burgess breaking right to him. Just ball slipped out of his hands.
Lob down low for Sellers,
Nice
and
hands.
his pocket is picked by Young.
Nice hands by Young. He's got a break at Robinson and a Burgess.
Behind the back move to get around Hodges, and the feed to Jaden Burgess.
Let me just make sure everyone knows that's a freshman driving the ball up, making those kind of moves. Unbelievable.
Burgess some hand fighting with Mason Mitchell, and the Eagles get another takeaway. 10 turnovers in the first for Averett and a couple already. It's a 20-point game.
The aggressiveness right now of Mary Washington. Oh, that was a foul. They didn't call it. I'm surprised that Scogan got away with one there.
Scogan's had good defense, but he was one of a handful of Averett players that picked up early foul trouble in the first.
Just the defense that Mary Washington is playing to keep it out of the paint is unbelievable.
A lot of ball movement. Now it goes into Sellers. And the elder of the Sellers brothers on the board for the first time.
Big guy. They're going to take a timeout and it's regroup here. Not a bad start for Averett, you know. I mean, but you didn't expect Mary Washington to come out there and do what they were doing either. I think you're going to see more try to get the ball inside, to be honest with you, to Sellers or Scogan.
I think both teams would like to establish that down low. Mary Washington's been able to drive their guards and get some good looks. Now Randall getting involved, that certainly helps. But you mentioned it, that's the size with Sellers and Scogan. both of them can work the mid-range. Scogan can go from deep if he needs to.
Yeah.
But they're going to be at their best in these particular man-to-man matchups, going post-up and just forcing and physicaling their way in, especially with the way it was whistled in the first few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, boy, I thought each team would have had 20 fouls, but 10 minutes to go in the first half the way they called it the first. And I mean, you give the officials credit. That's them just established. This is how we're going to call the game. You know, I don't care what you did last night or Tuesday night. This is how we're going to call the game. And the players adjust, and the coaches tell them adjust to that. And that's what they did. You got to admit, both teams adjusted well to the first 5 minutes of chaos.
Very much so. Mary Washington, Randall was the only one to pick up multiple fouls early on. Averett had a handful, 5 different players with 2 fouls or more, but the only one with more than that, Mason Mitchell, the freshman, picked up 3. The combo winger out of Charlotte's been a key piece. He did hit a 3, which he had struggled for the last few games. Both him and Shaw had been cold. They both got hot in their respective times in the first, but it wasn't enough to overcome what this defense has done so far.
Now, the defense is playing really well. They just are helping each other out. They're anticipating passes, going to where the passes are. I guess Robinson and Young have sat a little bit in this game, but boy, they are putting in a lot of minutes. And of course, Zach Blue, he always puts in a lot of minutes. It looks like they're doing something to Burgess. They're going to take his knee up over there, it looks like.